Hey everybody, I'm Laura Bilotta from Single in the City. Welcome to Cooking with Love. This is a show where I teach you guys how to make easy and delicious meals for a date, whether it be a new partner or maybe it's an old partner. Regardless, today we are making gluten-free pizza. Now, gluten-free pizza is so delicious, whether you have food sensitivities or your partner does or not, you're both going to love it. This is what you're going to need for this recipe. You're going to pick up a pack of Bob's Red Mill gluten-free pizza crust mix. You can get this at the grocery store. You're going to need strained tomatoes. You're going to need some olive oil. You're going to need some garlic and onions. This is for your sauce. And then whatever toppings you want. So I have mushrooms here, I have green pepper, and I have pepperoni. So I'm going to make half cheese because the person I'm making this for has sensitivities to a lot of these things. So I'm just going to make a cheese pizza on one side, and then I'm going to put all these delicious things on the other side. Now, this is also very important, oregano. This is for the sauce, okay? So to get started, I took the yeast package out of the pizza dough mix, and I added it into a bowl, and it's gonna sit with 1.5 cups of warm water, and it's gonna sit in the bowl for about 5 minutes until all the yeast dissolves. All right, so now it's all dissolved. It looks beautiful. I love the smell of yeast. It smells so good. So what I'm gonna do is take 2 tablespoons of olive oil, pour that in there. Make sure you use olive oil, it's a healthy choice. And I'm gonna take 2 eggs. Leave that up later. Crack them in. Then I'll whisk it all up. Just like that. So I've whisked that all up, and I'm gonna add that in the flour mixture, just like that. And then, oops, need my spatula. Just gonna stir it all up. Now, as long as you follow the ingredients on the package, you don't need to add anything else. It's perfect. They've measured it out perfectly for you. Make sure too, guys, you know, girls, whatever, if you're being invited to somebody's house for dinner, never go there without something, all right? A nice bottle of wine, some flowers, guys. If you're going to see a girl and she's making a nice dinner for you, make sure you bring some flowers, some chocolates, but a nice bottle of wine is always key. Okay, so I've mixed it up nicely, and we've got like this ball looking thing, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to cut it in half, and then we're gonna let this sit and rise for about 20 minutes. I'm gonna put some plastic wrap on it, and in the meanwhile, I'm gonna show you guys how to make a delicious homemade tomato sauce for your pizza. So now I'm gonna teach you guys how to make a delicious tomato sauce. I'm just gonna have it on like a medium setting. So I know this looks like wine, but it's not. There's actually olive oil in here. It comes directly from Italy. My mom gets it in these big barrels, and she gave me some. So we're gonna add, you know, a couple tablespoons of olive oil, maybe 3. I like to be generous with my olive oil. That's what makes the sauce taste really good. It's a little trick. I'm gonna let that heat up. Okay, so once the oil gets hot enough, we're gonna add our garlic and onions, and we're gonna fry that up for about maybe 4 minutes till it gets a little bit translucent. The onions and garlic get translucent. You gotta watch it because you don't want it to burn. My onions and garlic are pretty much done, so now I'm just gonna add my sauce. Now usually when I make a tomato sauce, I add a little bit of water to it, but we don't wanna add water to a pizza sauce. Add a little bit of salt. Oregano is a key ingredient here, okay? And 2 nice pinches of oregano is great. We're gonna add some pepper, and then we're gonna stir it all up. And that's gonna cook for about, I don't know, like 10 minutes or so on a low heat. You don't wanna overcook it. And there you have it. Now, you always wanna taste your food to make sure that it doesn't need something else. So maybe a little bit of extra salt, a little bit of extra pepper. Tastes perfect to me. Okay, so 20 minutes have gone by. We've already made our sauce, and our dough has risen. It's risen. Okay, it's alive. So we're gonna add a little bit of this all-purpose gluten-free flour, bottom like this. Of course, you wanna have clean hands at all times. You're gonna take a half a dough. You're gonna place it like that. Now, so it doesn't stick all over your hands, you're gonna take some more dough, and you're gonna do this with it. Press it on top like that, because now you're gonna take a rolling pin. Now, this is also a fun activity that you can do with a date. Why not? Especially if they like to cook, do it together. So you're gonna roll it out just like this. If it starts sticking to the rolling pin like this, you're just gonna add a little bit more flour. You might wanna take your hands if you want, just roll it all out. Remember, if it gets sticky, just add a little bit of more flour, the potato starch or the gluten-free flour. You don't want to use regular flour because why bother? I mean, this is a gluten-free recipe, so let's keep it gluten-free. Oh, and I forgot to mention, you want to bake this pizza on a pizza stone. Now, what's going to happen is it's going to go into the oven, so you're going to bake it twice. So you're going to bake it alone for about 12 to 13 minutes in the oven at about 425 degrees. And then what you're gonna do, once it's got a little bit of, it starts getting a little crusty and stuff on the outside, we're going to put our toppings on it. We're gonna put our cheese, our tomato sauce with tomato sauce at the bottom, our cheese, and then our vegetables. Okay, so the pizza is ready to put the toppings on. So we're just gonna do this. It smells so good too, it just smells delicious. Now, I don't like soaking my pizza with tons of sauce. Just want to cover it all. I like to cover all the corners so we get a little bit of sauce everywhere. There you have it. So I'm making two sides. I'm making just a cheese side because my guest just likes cheese on their pizza. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the pepper to break it up, and I'm going to add pepperoni on one side. Actually, I'm going to add the cheese first, just because usually I like to add the pepperoni first, but in this type of pizza I like to add the cheese first because I want to just make sure that the pepperoni cooks on top, because we've already cooked our crust somewhat. All right, so now I'm going to add some pepperoni, add some more green peppers on this side, and some mushrooms. Make sure we don't touch the other side with the mushrooms. And there you have it. It's ready to go back into the oven. It's gonna go back into the oven probably for about another 12 to 13 minutes, but we're gonna check on it. Make sure that it's not burning at all. You wanna check on it every 5 minutes or so. Pizza's ready. Whew, look how good that looks. It's so good. Your date is going to love you. I like to cut it up as soon as it comes out of the oven. Do this. Ouch. I always burn myself. Honestly, it's my trademark. You might want to let it cool off for about a couple minutes before you actually serve it. Might stick a little bit at the bottom, but just take the pizza cutter and just do this. Now is the taste test. It's really delicious. Your date's gonna love you, gluten-free or not. Thanks for watching. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe to my channel. Ciao for now.